Alrighty, guys, welcome back to another episode of All Things Podcast. I'd like to start off this episode by saying I apologize for my energy last week. Daniel had to carry me. I was going through something last week. For
It's
all
okay,
the people
bro.
who watched last week, I do apologize. I was
Yeah,
going
all
through
39 of y'all, we appreciate y'all.
I was going through the flu, bro. I was dying. I was down bad. Daniel had to bring the energy for us, so I appreciate you, dog.
Yeah, now you get to carry me this week.
I will carry you this week because I'm red alert, baby. I'm ready to go.
All right,
This week-
we'll see.
This week, what we plan on talking about is family. Everything that has to do with our families and being a dad, kind of about our kids, our wife, and kind of where topics are with family agendas. So, Daniel, let's talk about your wife. Let's talk about your kids.
Let me go ahead and kick this off. I am married, which we did bring that up last week. But yeah, I got 3 kids. It is chaos 24/7. Not gonna lie, I'll keep it real with y'all. It's very interesting because I always wanted 3 kids. Whenever we first had Isabella, which was our first kid, it was more of like, this is kind of nerve-wracking, because it's your first child. Everything is super scary for you.
And everything moves like that.
Oh, dude, everything flies by.
That first kid.
And after we had Isabella, she was about 2.5, I think, if I remember correctly, 2.5, and then we had Alex. And, bro, with her, it wasn't as bad, obviously, because we already been through it once. We at least have an idea of what to expect.
Right.
But everything with that one flies by too. But yeah, your third kid, bro, it's just like, all right, we already know what to expect. Something we don't
just
really
like whatever.
much, which we still care, obviously, but like it's completely different feel. But it's definitely fun. Definitely keeps us busy 24/7.
Oh, I bet.
It's just weird to think about life without kids because I don't remember what we used to do on a daily basis, like without kids, like just me and Josie. And it's actually kind of funny because I'll try and talk to her about it. I'm like, what did we do? Like, what did we spend our money on? Like, dude, I don't remember.
When me and Megan were sick with the flu last week, we were talking about that because we didn't have Easton. We didn't want him getting sick from the flu.
Yeah.
So we were talking about that and we're like laying in our bed rest and stuff. But we were like, what did we do before kids?
Yeah,
like,
for
this
real.
is boring. We're sick. We feel like crap, but all we wanted was our kid.
It's
like, what do we do?
Yeah, and it like takes up so much of like your mental capacity.
Oh,
dude, like today, because I feel like I'm stressed out like 24/7 because I got work.
Really?
I got work.
You don't show it. You don't show it at all.
I try
feel
not
like
to.
When I get stressed, it's bad.
I try and like keep it inside as much as possible.
Yeah,
obviously,
you're
like
good at that.
if I'm trying to do something and I can't figure it out, I'm gonna get a little pissed off. I'll probably start releasing it that way. But because I got work, and then right after work, come home. I help Josie with the kids. Get everything in order, and then I got school, bro. And right now, full-time student right now, and and then I'm trying to balance like work, school, kids, like life, and then also trying to create like do my hobby. That way, I have some like escape.
Yeah.
So I'm like trying to create a balance, but it never fucking works at all. But yeah, it's just like constant chaos 24/7, which I don't mind it. I actually you just at a certain point you just embrace it,
Yeah.
But,
I don't know about you, but I've always felt like there's always one thing thrown off.
Oh yeah,
right?
100%.
Like whether it's like at home or your hobbies or work, like or finances, like unfortunately, like I feel like whenever we get to this age with kids and a relationship, a marriage, something's off. And it's the figuring out like, okay, how do I address this? And once you address this, it's like, okay, now the kids are sick. Okay, now the finances are bad. So now we gotta, cut back the next couple weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, now work sucks. And it's like, I don't know. I feel like it's a juggling act every like 3 or 4 weeks. And
dude.
Big part of that is having kids. It just, I want to say this in the most respectful ways to where people don't take offense to it, but having kids creates extra conflicts, not necessarily within your
Mm-hmm.
relationship, but just
Yeah.
conflicts in life. Not that
And
they're a burden, but it just like it's
yeah,
a
no,
you know what I'm trying to say,
no,
right?
I definitely know. And even like within a relationship too, because whenever it's just you and like at the time, so like you and your girlfriend, like you're
Mm-hmm.
learning a lot about each other and like y'all are still young, depending on like whenever y'all start dating or
Right.
whatever. And like you're still learning, growing together. And then one day you decide to move in. That's like now a completely different like type of relationship because
Oh
now you're
yeah.
living with the person, you get to see what they do like day to day, like everything that
Yeah.
goes on. And then once you have kids, that's like a whole other side of the person because now you see how they want to parent, like what they want to instill in their kids. And you like obviously sometimes you will have like opposing views. And so it's like, okay, now we got to work this out and try to figure out how we can both, you know, do our thing, but not so much as, you know what, I don't really care what you're doing. I'm going to try and steal as much as I don't want to. And it just
Yeah.
causes conflict. So you're just like trying to find that balance the entire time.
It's a balancing act, dude.
Yeah.
100%.
Takes a lot of patience for sure.
Yeah. So about me, I only have one kid, and I have a soon to be wife. We are
Mm-hmm.
engaged as of last September. Applaud. Background applaud.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're getting married in June of this year.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm ready to finally say my wife. We've been
How's
together
that
for
feel?
so long.
I know.
Feels natural. I
Mm-hmm.
just I dragged my feet on that. I think we all know. I don't know why. There was no particular reason. I just marriage has always been kind of scary to me. It's
Really?
nothing against just nothing against Megan.
Mm-hmm.
I just I've seen my dad be in multiple marriages and nothing like bad about him.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's life is different, but yeah, I watched some marriages and it always scared me for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
So I just
Yeah,
had
no,
to kind
that's
of
completely
guard up.
understandable. Yeah.
And then it was like, no, bro, you can't live without her. Like, it's time to nut up.
Yeah, this is the
Let's
one.
go. Yeah. And that's whenever I was
Dang.
finally like, I don't want to live without her.
Mm-hmm.
She's been the best thing that's ever happened to me. And she's been an amazing mother. I think that's a key to finding the one is knowing if they're going to be a great mom or not.
Oh yeah, 100%. Because like I
Yeah.
said, it's a completely different person. Like you don't.
Yeah.
Once you see that, you're like, oh man, like yeah, this is what I want. Like this
And
type of
then going
person.
through the like the trials and tribulations that you go through with someone, you get through those weeds and you get through those
Mm-hmm.
storms, and it's like I ain't trying to do this with nobody else. Like I barely
Exactly. Yeah.
got through this with you.
Yeah.
And we made it through it, and we're better people because of it.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
I don't want nobody else to go through. I don't want to do that with nobody
Hmm.
else.
Yeah, and I feel like at a certain point, like in a relationship, after you've been together for so long, it's like you get to the point to where you're choosing to be with this person. And I think I'm saying that the correct way,
Yeah,
because like
yeah,
obviously,
you're
like you have your puppy dog stage, and that's gonna like wear off, and like you start
yeah.
learning more about each other. Which a lot of people can argue that they're like, oh my god, we're still like I will always love my husband, blah blah blah. It's like yeah, like we know we get that, but
Yeah.
at a certain point, you're gonna end up choosing to be with this person, which I could probably explain that a lot better, but that's just
No,
like
I know what you're
yeah,
saying.
yeah,
You're
exactly.
saying like you choose that person. Like it's
Yeah.
now the choice instead of like, oh, we just had kids together, or
Hmm.
oh, we're just through the honeymoon stage, or we
Hmm.
just like infatuated with each other. It's like, no,
Yeah.
I'm choosing this person as
Hmm.
my lifetime partner, as
Yeah.
my partner.
Hmm.
I'm not choosing the love and the lust and the things you
Hmm.
had at 16 years old.
Yeah.
You're choosing the partner.
Yeah, for sure.
I hope I'm clarifying that right.
Oh yeah, I think this is what happened when guys try and talk about relationships.
Yeah, where are the ladies at?
Yeah, yeah, they could explain this a lot better.
In the reliever.
No, but
Yeah,
yeah, it's
they're
crazy
better
because
with the words.
how young were y'all whenever y'all got together, you and Megan?
Ooh. Let's see. I was a junior and she was a sophomore. So
Okay.
2016.
Dang. Okay.
2016. So yeah, we're coming up on 9 years. Will be in September.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So I
pretty much
remember
the
it was in
same for us too.
September.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like we started. dating our people at the same time,
Yep.
roughly around that same time.
Yeah. Can you believe it's been that long?
No, I can't.
Dude, time. Hey, we look back. I'm like, cause like again, the on Apple or on your iPhone, how it pops up the memories.
Oh
You look
yeah,
back at it, I'm like, damn, 2016, 2017. Like,
yeah.
I don't feel like I remember anything
All
like back
skinny
then.
beans
Yeah,
and
I know I look so
like
young.
no facial. Well, I mean, I still
Yeah,
don't
you
have
still don't
facial
have
hair.
really any facial hair,
Okay,
but
hey, I ain't gonna talk about that.
you'll get there maybe around like 40, 45.
You're gonna laugh. Next episode, I'm gonna have like a
I do got a
nasty
full
little
ass beard.
handlebar or
Yeah.
something. Yeah,
Would
it
you get
ain't
that
really
little
like that.
roller where you gotta open up your pores and stuff? Yeah, you probably got two in the restroom right now.
I got one. Why would I have two?
I don't know, bro. Do it at the same time.
Okay, no, just
Yeah,
one.
I can't wait to get out of the military so I can start growing mine out. Not that I
Yeah,
can.
yeah.
It's
I was about to say, can you?
it's just like right here. There's like a little bald spot, bro. It just does not fucking grow, and it's frustrating.
Yeah, this whole thing right here is just like a bald spot.
But I don't know if I want to grow mine out because like it's very curly. You know how curly my hair is. Obviously, you can't
Oh
tell right now
yeah,
because I got to keep it short. But
I
yeah, it
would
just starts
love to have a
curling.
beard.
Dude, me too. I see everybody have. I'm like, damn, I wish I could do
And you
that.
know, like I may be going bald one day.
Yeah,
Like my
definitely.
hair looks okay right now because I've been doing treatments and stuff. But I truly believe in the next like 5, 10 years, I'm gonna be bald. And being bald with no facial hair, could you imagine?
Yeah, bro, it just wouldn't
I'm just
fit
gonna look
really.
silly. At least, like, I'm so envious of those guys that are bald
Hmm.
and they have like perfect beards,
Yeah,
just
they got
like
all lined up,
thick, perfect
thick.
beard. And I'm like,
Yeah,
bro,
must be nice. And it takes them
long
like a couple
arm.
weeks to grow it.
Yeah, Billy's like that. Billy's got a nice beard.
Does he really? I've never seen
Yeah,
Billy with a beard.
he's
I can't even
always got a
picture.
beard. Well, it's like
Really? Oh, well,
stubble,
yeah, it's like yeah, like
not like
close to his face.
full
I meant like
beard.
full. Yeah,
Oh, I would never grow it like that.
I don't think you could.
No, no, I'm saying even if I could, I
No, I
would
know, I
keep it
know.
like stubble.
I can't picture you with facial hair to be honest. Like with a
Me
full
neither.
beard, like on the cheek, dude. I don't think I could see you with that.
Tough, tough. I just look like I'm 16 still. Every time I'm on the job site, they're like, "You're the superintendent?" I'm like, yes, and no, my dad doesn't own the company. Like, there's like that 1 week of like, all right, listen, this is how things are gonna go. I know my
Mhm.
shit, and then they start kind of understanding and respecting. But
Yeah, once
the
they
first
see it,
week, like,
like
who's
who's this
this
guy?
pinche weirdo over here?
Straight out of college.
Yeah, that's what everybody assumes. Like, oh,
Hmm.
who's your dad or what school did you go to?
Yeah,
Which I didn't even go to school for construction at all.
really? You did? I thought you did.
Nah, I went to school
Oh,
for business management and finance,
okay, okay.
which I guess from a financial aspect, it kind of
And
helps with
management.
being with numbers, yeah, and management, but
Hmm.
it wasn't like a construction degree. Like there's a
Yeah.
lot of kids coming out of like A&M and Tarleton and stuff with uh, construction degrees, and
Hmm.
they're moving up pretty quick.
That is pretty cool. Yeah, I thought you had did something in construction, but obviously
No,
I was wrong.
uh-uh.
Damn. Well, yeah. So back to the family thing. What are some like crazy things that Easton does and that you've noticed that are like you just like stop there and think like, what the heck just happened?
Act like me.
Really?
Yes, bro. Yes, he's getting to that age where he wants to do everything I do. Everything. Doesn't matter what I do. I put shoes on. He's like, I don't wear
Mhm.
shoes. I don't wear a shirt to bed. I don't want to wear a shirt. Like everything.
Oh, that's so
He's
funny.
just, the first couple of years, it's always mama, mama, mama,
Mhm.
mama. But
Oh
now
yeah,
that he's gotten
100%.
into like the 3 and 4 year old age, like he's getting into sports and he's wanting to do
Hmm.
everything I do. He's wanting to go
Yeah.
with me. We went to the baseball fields yesterday. He was like, I don't want to go with mama. I want to go with dada. Like it's just everything. He's a spitting image of me, like physically and I guess emotionally is the right word, but more
Yeah,
so like the way he carries himself and the things he does.
yeah, for
He's got
sure.
my little attitude, my little tantrums.
That's what's cool about like being a parent is that you can see like yourself through your kids sometimes and like little
Yeah,
things that they do.
it's
And
also
I
kind
get
of
the
scary.
whole what's it called? Like whenever how he was like, "Oh, I don't want to go with mom. I want to go with you and like do certain things."
Yeah.
Cuz was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday Isabella wanted to go fishing with me
Oh,
and
okay.
I was like I told her I was like, "All right, well, mom's going to come with us." She was like, "I don't want mom to come." And I was like, "All right, bet."
Dang.
I was like, "Let's go." I was like, "We're going to go fishing and stuff," which we ain't catch shit, but
Y'all went
sadly.
over there, like by the base or what?
Yeah, so they have like some ponds on base that we go to, and they stock
Oh, okay.
them like at certain times.
Bass, catfish, or what?
Yeah, mainly bass, but like my buddy caught dude a ton of catfish at this one pond we went to. Like literally, he would cast it, hook a catfish like within probably like 30 seconds. If I can throw it in the cooler, bro, and then go get another one. I think he
Wow.
caught like 15, like just back to back. And then he
Dang.
took them back to the dorm and cooked them, bro. It was actually kind of
That's
funny.
cool. Was it good? Did you
But
try it?
I tried it. Yeah, that shit was real good. I was kind
So
of
good.
scared though, cause like it's the pond on base, bro. It's probably like, infused with jet fuel. Like I don't know what's in there.
Okay.
I'm gonna start
You'll be
growing
all
like an
right.
extra finger or some shit.
You'll be all right. Got some radiation on those fish or
Yeah,
something.
exactly.
I could see that.
Fish got a third eye or something. Nah, but yeah, it was definitely fun. We went out there. I took Isabella and Alex, and it was interesting. They were screaming. No, they weren't screaming, but Alex was like talking real loud the entire time. I was like trying to talk to her, like be quiet and whatnot. But
Yeah.
yeah, they definitely enjoyed it for sure. I mean, we didn't catch anything, but Isabel was playing with the worms that we had bought. Yeah, and then Alex was trying to grab them, and I was like, "All right, hold on, because I know you're gonna try and eat them or some shit, you know."
What about Desmond? He's not like a daddy's boy yet. I guess that's what
No,
I was going
yeah,
back to the first couple of years. It just seems like the boys are so into the moms.
yeah, he's definitely a mama's boy right now. But
Yeah,
then again, I mean, that's his source of food, so he's just always eating.
that's true.
He's getting
Like a
a little
like a little
chunky,
plant.
bro. Yeah, he's got to feed him and see him grow.
He literally.
Yeah, he's getting pretty big. He's 4 months. He's fitting into like 9 month clothing, like 6 to 9 month clothing. He's
Wow.
like almost 20 pounds. Like he's doing pretty chunky over there. But
Dang.
it is cool seeing that. I see all Josie. I don't see me at all.
And Desmond?
Yeah, literally all Josie.
I don't
The only
know.
kid I see myself in is Isabella.
I don't even see you and Isabella.
Dude, we did a Snapchat filter the other day, and she had like the filter. You know the haircut. They have all the curly hair on top, and it's like
Yeah,
shade, like it's fade on the side. Um, it put that hairstyle on her, and dude, it looked exactly like
that's
me.
hilarious.
Like I'll send you the picture like after this, whatever. But she looked exactly like me. I was so in shock. I was just staring at the picture, and I was like laughing. I
I
told Josie, I was like, "What the hell?" I was like, "I've never seen it so clear before."
feel like Isabella's your dude. Like
Mhm.
that's your bro.
Bro, yeah, she's
She's
like, Dad,
always with you.
I want to go drive downtown because I'll take the BMW out and we'll go like drive
Mhm.
around, whatever, and like cruise. And she's like, I want to go drive around. Like, I want to do this. I want to go outside and like work on the car with you. I'm like, all right, that's exactly what I've been wanting to
Let's
hear. Like,
go.
let's
Let's
go.
go. Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool. Like, especially when we go to like the track days to go drifting. Like, she'll
Oh
be there.
yeah.
She'll be helping me out, like do stuff on the car, like get it ready for the track. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's definitely exciting. That's what I've been waiting for, bro. Because I scared her one day. Because yes, we did go do some fun stuff in the car, doing circles very fast. I don't know if I could say that, but
Doing
I'm gonna,
circles in the
I'm gonna,
car very fast.
I'm gonna get
Doing
canceled for doing
donuts.
donuts. Yeah,
You'd be
I'm gonna get
alright.
canceled for doing donuts with my kid. But
You'd be alright.
yeah, no, we went to go do donuts, and yeah, scared the shit out of her. She was terrified. She was like, "I don't want to go in the race car." I was like, "It's not even a race car; it's a regular car." No, but yeah, she was scared for a while, and now she's definitely like opened up and like wanted to get involved with it, and like wants to go work on the car, wants to go drive around. So it's
Yeah.
definitely nice to hear and see.
Yeah, that's Easton with baseball. We went, like I said, we went to the baseball field yesterday and
Hmm.
he was just wanting to do everything that I was doing out there. and
Oh
just
yeah,
wanting to
dude,
help
100%.
out, pick up balls, hit, like while all of us are just getting after it, practicing and stuff.
That's pretty cool. Cause I remember, I forgot what it was. It was at your, I think it was his birthday party at your house, and dude, he was hitting the ball and he was
Oh
like
yeah,
knocking that shit far. I was like, dang.
that thing that Bushy got him.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And we were
Yeah,
like playing baseball with him. Yeah, that was pretty cool to see.
yeah. What about like bedtime routines? How are you with the girls on that? Are you the organizer of the bedtime routines, or is that more
So
mama?
this is where it actually gets very interesting. So with the routine, because before, like, okay, Isabel's now 4,
Mm-hmm.
and literally like the first 3 years, bro, we could not get a routine down like whatsoever. She would sleep in our bed, like it was just like anything we could do to get her to sleep, right? And recently, her and Alex have been sleeping in their room, like in their own separate beds, and they've been sleeping like all night. Everything is chill. I don't have to wake up in the middle of the night. Like everything has been going good for like the past like 2.5 weeks. So, dude, it's been real nice. We'll
Fingers
go,
crossed it stays.
yeah, fingers crossed it stays big time. But yeah, it's like we'll go there around like 8:15. I'll read him a book, and then it's like okay, like let's just like wind down. We bought this like white noise thing. It's called the Hatch,
Yeah,
and it just plays like white noise for them, and then they go to sleep. And
and it
bro,
helps.
yeah, it seems like it helps so far for sure.
So,
And
are they in y'all's bed at all?
not anymore, no.
Damn, how did you get out of that?
I have no idea, bro. I was like literally because they've been in our bed, like it would literally be me, Josie, Desmond, and both girls, and I'm like, I'm on the edge of the bed, like trying to
Yeah,
like stay warm,
see, that's me,
and
but just with Easton, and I
yeah,
don't.
bro, it's
I don't
it
even know
was,
how to start getting him out of my bed.
and since we had them in there, I was like, okay, we need to figure something out because Alex likes to kick around and like do her own thing,
Mm-hmm.
so we started sleeping in separate rooms with different like separate kids. So it'll be me,
I
Isabella,
remember
and
this. You
Alex,
kind of told me
and
about
then
this.
yeah, so it'd be me, Isabella, and Alex, and then in one room, and then Josie and Desmond in the other. And I was like, bro, I was like, I miss like sleeping next to
I
you, like
know.
cuddling up, get my feet warm and shit. Like I miss doing that. So I was like, you know what? I was like, I told the girls, I was like, y'all are sleeping in y'all's room. Y'all gonna be big girls, y'all get to do y'all's own thing. So yeah, bro. Ever since then, like I said, like 2.5 weeks ago, I put them to sleep, and yeah, they're out the entire time, and we don't got to worry about it. We just
Wow.
have Desmond, but I mean, I'll take one little newborn baby over two
Yeah.
grown ass kids. Not really,
Yeah.
but you know what I'm talking about.
Easton's a cuddler, man. He just wants to cuddle with me,
Yeah, and
and that's the
that's
toughest part.
that's the hard part too, because I was like,
It's hard for me. Like
yeah, and
as a
the
dad, I'm like,
reason why it's so hard, like in my opinion, is because like you want them to do their own, like you want them to sleep in their own room, like get this
uh,
routine down. But when they're calling for you and then they're like cuddling next to you, it's like I'm not going to
yeah,
be able to enjoy this for so much longer. At one
no,
point they're
dude.
going to be like, no, get out of my room, like I just want my
I know.
space.
I know. Me and Megan
So
joke about that all the time. Like one day, he's gonna be like, "Oh, Dad, I'm not gonna go sleep with y'all. Like,
yeah,
please, can I just have one more
I know,
cuddle?"
right? Yeah. Please,
So
I'm
as
hanging
much,
on.
I feel like I'm to that point though, where I'm
Hmm.
like, all right, we've had our fun, we've had our cuddles. Like,
Hmm.
get the hell out of my bed now, bro. It's time for
I
me to
need my
cuddle
space
with
back.
your mama. I want to cuddle
Yeah.
with your mama, not your little short, little chunky ass.
Yeah, no, I definitely get what you mean by that. It'll work itself out, bro.
Yeah,
I learned to just let things be, and it'll figure itself on its own.
I'm still
I
learning that as an adult.
no,
just
yeah, exactly, yeah,
just allowing things to
100%.
just be. That's been one of the biggest learning curves I feel like of the past like 6 months for me.
Yeah.
Because I have this control that
Hmm.
I just like, if it's not in my control, I don't know what's going to happen and I don't like it.
Yeah, yeah. No, that I
So I'm
understand
trying to
100% where it
learn
comes
to
from.
just like let things naturally happen.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh
getting
yeah,
better.
dude. I think having a lot of kids, which this isn't like I wouldn't take this to go be like, oh, maybe I should do that. Like for anybody watching or whatever, which I doubt anybody would do that. But definitely having the kids, you have to have a lot of patience, obviously,
Yeah.
and you just realize that some shit you just can't control. And like
Yeah.
when I'm at work, like people are like, "Bro, why are you so chill? Like, why are you just
You
like
are
you're all
very
nice to
chill. You've
everybody?
always
Like,
been that way.
yeah." And it's like I'm like, dude, at the end of the day, I was like, y'all are worrying about shit that y'all literally cannot control. I was like, I don't know why y'all gave it any time of the day to worry about that stuff. So I was like, I'm just, I just be myself. I
I'm
talk
just
to
chilling.
whoever. Exactly. I'm literally just
Daniel
chilling.
Gonzalez.
I'm here for 8 hours a day, so y'all can. I mean,
That's true.
there's nothing to fucking stress about. But
I don't know. I try and tell myself that. The next thing you know, my hair's falling out and
it does
frustrated
get
about
me.
work.
I do get stressed a lot, but when it
I've
comes to
never
like
seen
certain
it.
things,
It's
dude,
just
yeah,
always been, as long as I've known you, you've just been chill.
yeah, nonchalant. I'm just like, oh
Yes.
well, fine, I guess. No, but
Mhm.
when I get home, I'm like, fuck, I gotta do all this.
Do you
No, but
ever
that's
feel yourself like taking the stress out, honestly? Like on the girls or Josie?
yeah, 100%. Not
Yeah.
like every day. I'm like, oh my god,
Right.
like
No, no,
I just,
no. Not
but
like screaming and cussing, like being a
yeah,
crazy piece of shit. But
yeah,
I feel like there's times where I'm like, all right, I need to take a step back. I got a little
hmm,
frustrated there.
yeah,
It's not Easton that you're frustrated with because he
yeah,
spilt milk. It's work.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
stuff like that. And you're just
yeah.
like, what are you doing?
And I feel it's normal, bro. Everybody's gonna do it too. But it's like I feel like as long as you can acknowledge the fact that you're like obviously you're upset about something, but it's not their fault and that you're
Right.
taking it out on them. The fact that you can acknowledge that is good
Yeah. It's
because
a
some
step
people,
one.
'cause I've seen people they just don't give a fuck. Like
I
in the
know.
stores, like in public, they don't care, bro, and they
They just
just
be
let it loose.
screaming. And I'm like, how do you think that
Hmm.
kid's going to grow up? Just screaming
Exactly,
and
dude.
cussing at their kid and just talking down to them. Like, even
Hmm.
like whenever I catch myself in those times, even when, like if he did do something that he knows he shouldn't have,
Yeah,
it's a full on conversation. It's
yeah,
not
yeah,
just like
100%.
grabbing a belt and whooping the hell out of you and go to your room. It's like, no, go to your room. You're gonna calm down, and then I'm
Hmm.
gonna walk in there in about 5 minutes, and we're gonna have a talk.
Yeah,
Why were you
they're gonna
being rude to your mom?
exactly. Yeah, they're gonna understand
Do you think that
why
was right?
they're getting in
Do you
trouble.
talk
Yeah.
to girls like that?
Hmm.
And you kind of, even at 4 years old, I feel myself trying to teach him things that I had to learn the hard way,
Yeah.
like controlling emotions.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing for us. That's kind of where, like, it's tough to discipline
Hmm.
for
Oh
me
yeah, 100%. Yeah.
because
Especially
I
when you
want to
gotta.
talk about it. I don't
Yeah.
want to discipline.
Yeah.
I want to just sit there and have a conversation. Not that, like,
Hmm.
my dad was a bad dad. My dad was an amazing dad. He was a great
Hmm.
dad. But I feel like if I could have gotten talked to more
Hmm.
instead of discipline, I don't know. Maybe I would have been able to control my emotions better in my young 20s. I mean, I'm still in my mid 20s right now, but my young 20s was like a big learning curve for me on like
Yeah.
real
100%.
life, real world type stuff and learning how to control my emotions.
And I feel like it helps with like communication, like confidence too.
Yeah, 100%.
Because if they're getting like if the kids are getting in trouble for something and you explain to them like what's going on and why they're getting in trouble,
Yeah.
they like I feel like it helps them like think for themselves. So whenever they grow
Mm-hmm.
up and they're in a position to where it's like, hey, you're not supposed to do that, or whatever the case may be, they can actually
Yeah.
think the situation through. Like, okay, like let me
Control
assess
the
the
emotions.
situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, it's definitely pretty fun to see that stuff and be able to acknowledge it. But it's kind of scary. Like it's not scary, but it just sucks sometimes. Like when you do get onto them and you're like, fuck. But
I know.
I mean, it's all part of life, really. Just
But
got to
with
get them
that being
accustomed.
said, where are you at on discipline?
But
Since we're
okay,
kind of
so
on
what do
the
you?
topic.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know. I can't really think of any certain scenarios, but like, are you a disciplinary type parent, or are you more so like kind of let them do their thing
No,
and
definitely
let them
discipline.
figure it out? Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're gonna know what they did wrong for sure.
Yeah. Like go
I don't
out
know
and
if that
get
sounds bad, but you're gonna know for sure.
yeah, like go out and get a tree branch and start spanking them like that, right?
Probably not a tree branch, but god damn,
You hear
go
those
get
old
that.
stories. You hear those
I,
old stories of people like, yeah, my dad, he used to tell me to go get a tree branch, and that's what he whooped me with. I'm like, stop, bro. Like, I
I
don't
know
believe
y'all are
half the
over
shit.
exaggerating.
Yeah, I don't believe half the shit. He probably just saw a twig and was like, come here, boy. Wow.
Damn.
Yeah, like, you did that to yourself, bro. Stop trying
Oh
to
yeah,
act
I
like,
remember. Okay, I do remember. I had to go choose the belt that I was gonna get whooped with. That was
oh,
scary, bro. And then I chose
it's
the
the
softest one
worst.
that I could think of, and then I brought it to my dad. He's like, "Nope," and went back and chose the one that I should have got spanked with. And I was like,
Woven.
"Fuck, yeah, bro." I was like, "No, please," jumping around and shit. Like, it's so funny
Yeah,
we can bond over trauma,
I know.
but I
I
feel like
know.
it's a very important part of growing up.
I think you have to. I've always said, and I've seen it before, and I don't remember where I've seen it, but
Mm-hmm.
undisciplined kids become undisciplined adults. You
Yeah.
see people like, especially in my work, my line of work, you just see
Mm-hmm.
these people who don't give a shit. It's like,
Yeah.
dude, you've had the whole world at your fingertips your entire life and career, and you've never been disciplined, and you've never been
Mm-hmm.
taught to like, no, you don't get away with everything.
Yeah.
Like there is structure, there is boundaries.
Yeah.
And you can definitely tell a kid who used to be disciplined versus a kid who was not disciplined. I think
Oh
it
yeah,
just
100%.
creates structure in that person's life.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's certain things that I do in life that I have a lot of structure from my upbringing from my dad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like good, bad, wrong, or indifferent. Like I'm very appreciative of how hard my dad was on us and
Yeah.
how disciplinary he was with us. I think I would have been completely different had I not grown up in a disciplinary household.
Mm-hmm.
I think it
Oh
makes
yeah,
you who
dude.
you are.
100%. Yeah, for sure. 100%. And it's funny because like I'll work with people because like in the military you got kids coming straight out of high school and you
Yeah.
get to see like all different aspects of like people and yeah, you get the kids that just you can tell who's been disciplined, who hasn't,
Spoiled
and
little brats and stuff.
yeah, bro. And it's like okay,
God,
this is different, but
mhm.
I try like obviously like I am who I am. But when they try and like get me to do things, they're like, "Bro, why are you doing that? Like, you don't even need to do that." I'm like, "You go worry about yourself. Like, I'm not
Yeah,
that type of person, you know."
like the
But
lazy people. I feel like
yeah, and they're
undisciplined
always trying to
kids become
scam out.
lazy
Yeah, and they're always trying to scam out of things at work, and I'm like, dude,
or find
I
a
was like, you're
shortcut.
here exactly. I was like, you're here for 8 hours a day. Like, just get your job
Yeah,
and fucking do it. Like, that's literally it's simple, you know.
I
And
can't
then they
stand the
complain.
mentality of like, oh, that's not my job.
Oh, I hate that. I hate
Okay,
that
bro,
shit
half
so
the
much.
shit that we all do isn't our job, but you got to get it done for
Yeah,
the greater of the good, whether that be in
yeah,
military
exactly.
or whether that be in construction.
Hmm.
Like, think about if you and your spouse were like, well, that's not my job. Like, no, that's the mom. Like,
Yeah.
well, no, you're the dad. Like, no, collectively as a group, you
Mhm.
make shit work and you make shit happen.
Yeah, we're in
Whether
this
it's,
together.
yeah, same thing for work, same thing with sports. That's why I've always loved
Hmm.
sports. It creates discipline.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah.
I don't, I don't ever want to like force sports on my kid,
Hmm.
but maybe a hot take that I have is I want my kids to play sports, whether,
Hmm.
say what you want about football and CTE and all that, and,
Hmm.
sports that can get you hurt, but like, I won't force them, but I will definitely push them. I
Yeah.
want them to play sports
Hmm.
because of the discipline.
Yeah.
Like, I know
And
a
the
lot of
like,
people who, go ahead.
no, 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 keep going, keep going.
I know a lot of people who don't want their kids playing sports, and it's like,
Hmm.
okay, but like you grew up playing sports, like you have discipline in your life, maybe not to the extent that
Hmm.
other people have discipline, but you have some sort of discipline and some sort of like figuring out problem solving because of
Yeah.
sports. Like, why would you not want your kid going through that and
Yeah.
figuring that out? Like team building, team bonding, figuring out how to
Hmm.
work with people, like discipline.
Yeah,
ethics,
that's
work
mainly.
ethics.
Yeah, that is true. That's pretty much what I was gonna say. Is just like the experience that they get going through sports and
Yeah.
how they interact. I feel like it builds confidence too.
Oh
Because
yeah.
I mean, you're gonna get called out on some shit, and you're gonna be asked like,
Humble.
"What are you doing?" Yeah, you're definitely gonna be humbled for sure.
Yeah. That's
Man,
what I've
I
always
remember
loved about
the
sports.
I remember the football days. I remember
Oh,
I forgot. It was whenever I was playing receiver, and I forgot a play, and I looked like a complete idiot.
he
I
just stood
literally
there. Just,
in the middle of a game, bro. I just ran some random ass route, and it was not right. And I was like, I need to
mm,
get my shit together. Yeah,
yeah.
and coach fucking ripped me a new one. So I was like, all right,
But
yeah.
it humbled you and it made you work harder.
Yep. And then you realize you don't want to make that mistake again, so you correct
Right.
that shit very quickly.
Yeah.
But yeah, the good old days. But I did hear you earlier. You said, um, like with you, like with you and your significant other, and how y'all work together, like create, whatever or fix whatever situation is going on.
Hmm.
Um, so like with kids and like having a family and everything, does that like how do you, or I guess what is your opinion on that? Because I know a lot of people are like the wife does wife things and the husband does like the fucking providing and whatnot. Like
I
what's
call bullshit.
your yeah.
A wife is not obligated to one task or certain task, and a husband is not obligated to one task or certain task. It is 100% and 100%. That's it.
Thank
I
you,
mean,
thank you, bro. I
she
was
washes the
arguing.
dishes one night. I wash the dishes the next night. Tonight I wash
Yep.
dishes. She looked at me after she cooked dinner. Actually, I cooked
Mhm.
dinner tonight, and she looked at me and was like, "Can you wash dishes?" No, that's your job. Like, no, hell no, dude. Get your ass in there and wash those dishes. This ain't no
Yeah,
1940s and shit.
yeah,
Like,
for sure. And
no.
it's crazy. I still like I've obviously the reason why I brought that up is because I actually argued with somebody about that, and they were just I mean they're obviously stuck in their ways. So I'm like I can't fucking change your mind, but
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get you far for sure. But yeah, bro, it's one of those things where I'm just like I was
100% and
very curious.
100%, man.
Yeah, because I mean like you're in this together, bro. It's not like a
Yeah.
job, like
It's a
you know.
partnership.
Yeah,
It
partnership.
goes back to what I was saying, the not my job mentality. I
Mm-hmm.
don't care to be around you if you're a
Yeah,
not my job mentality type of person.
yeah.
There's so many things that I do in my job or, going back to what we just talked about. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to do the dishes. I don't need to fold laundry. But if the laundry's in the dryer
Yeah,
and she's been busy, I'm gonna fold the laundry and do the
yeah.
laundry. If she's tired and she's got to get Easton to bed, I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna do those dishes.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's no not my job mentality. Sorry, Megan.
Yeah.
And the same thing goes for her. Like if there's days where I work late and I can't take him to practice, she's not gonna
Mm-hmm.
be like, not my job. Sports are his
Mm-hmm.
thing.
Yeah.
Like it's 100% and 100%. I don't do. I don't. I also don't believe in the whole 50-50. I think
Yeah, I
you
got you.
give 100% to the relationship,
Mm-hmm.
100% being a parent,
Yeah.
100% in the household, and she gives 100% to the relationship and 100% to the household.
Yeah.
And I promise you, if more people would do that, they'll be better off. And I'm not speaking like, oh, I have all the answers as a
Yeah.
relationship. Because
Yeah.
if you know me, if you know me and Megan, you know we've been through our ups and
Yeah.
downs.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're
Of
in
course.
a
Yeah.
perfect relationship.
Yeah.
But going back to the things that I was talking about in my my young 20s is figuring out those things of learning how to be a better person,
Mm-hmm.
controlling my emotions and controlling the things that I say and the way I act and the way I handle things.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that I've definitely picked up on is there's no 50-50 relationship. It's
Yeah. For
100%,
sure.
100%.
No, I totally agree with you on that one. I feel like a lot of our values and stuff, we share a lot of them. Like we're
Oh,
pretty much
yeah.
similar when it comes to a lot of things.
I feel like we've always been that way since we've been in
Yeah. hundred
seventh grade.
percent.
We've always clicked in that aspect. There's
And
not much that we disagree on,
I feel like that's also like
except the
obviously why we're so
Cowboys.
like, yeah. Don't even get me started on that shit.
That was last week's. Tune into
Yeah,
last
that was
week if
last
you
week.
want to know about that one.
We'll wait till next season at the end of the year to talk about that again.
Yeah, once we start we'll start
Yeah,
talking
for
draft in a
real.
couple months in
Oh
April.
god, dude, I'm not ready for that.
Anyway, sorry I stopped you.
Yeah, no, you're good. I already forgot what I was gonna say.
Well, that's the end of the
But
show,
yeah,
guys.
that's the end of the show. All right, time to go. Bye.
I think you were just
Nah.
talking about how we're in line with a lot of things that we believe in our relationship and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, and also like I feel like that's how like with how strong our friendship is. Like
Mm-hmm.
we're pretty much like brothers, bro. We like grew up
Oh,
like we know
100%.
each other now.
Yeah.
And but like I feel like us sharing the same values helps with that. And obviously like with
Yeah.
the other friends that we do make, we see that in other people and it's like I want to be around these type of people. So
Well,
I
and
feel like it's extremely important.
you hold each other accountable. I think there's
Yeah.
something to be said about friendships that are that tight
Mhm.
that you hold each other accountable. But we don't have to get into detail about,
Mhm.
the night a couple months ago and
Yeah,
you
yeah, I
held
got
me
you.
accountable,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah. And that's what we're here for, bro.
Yeah. It's all about
Nobody's
accountability with your friends.
perfect.
Right. I didn't want people to come off like, oh, this guy's got all the answers, so he knows how to have a perfect relationship. Like, no, I just have learned the
Mhm.
things that I've got to do better at, and that's giving 100%,
Oh
even
yeah,
whenever,
yeah.
she's not giving 100% or
Yeah.
vice versa. But
Yeah, as long as y'all figure it out. I'm gonna act like the person that knows it all. And no, I'm just kidding. I'm
canceled.
kidding. I'm kidding.
You
I'm
got
kidding. I'm
canceled
kidding.
2 weeks in a row now. 2 weeks in a row.
2 times this episode. Now, do
Yeah.
you feel like having kids and like where you're at in your life now, like how does that affect your friendships?
Having kids, my friendship, how does it affect my friendship?
Yeah.
It's a little sad for me
Why is that?
because if you've known me,
Mm-hmm.
like for instance,
Mm-hmm.
you know I've always been super close with friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they've meant so much to me in my life,
Yeah.
and it is very sad thinking like for me and you,
Mm-hmm.
like we see each other 5, 6 times a year.
Yeah.
Like if you really break it down,
Mm-hmm.
it's crazy.
It is
And
wild.
it
Yeah.
sucks. So it's a little sad, but it
Mm-hmm.
also I'm learning to accept that and acknowledge that that's a part of life, and that just because you don't see your friends, every other weekend doesn't mean they're not your friends.
Yeah,
They're still
for sure.
there. It's just like me and you. We hop on the phone and you'd never think we haven't seen each
Mm-hmm.
other in 4 months or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm learning to accept that, but yeah, it is kind of sad to think about because I genuinely love my friends. My friends are like
Mm-hmm.
my brothers. You said it
Yeah.
earlier, like
Yeah.
my family, especially for me. I was 21 whenever I had a kid, and all I had was like friends to kind of lean on.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had my family, of course, but like at 21, you're a dumb kid. You're
Yeah.
a kid yourself. How are you going to raise a kid?
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
felt like I relied a lot on my friends to kind of give me I don't know if clarity is the right word, but it just
Mm-hmm.
the support of your friends
Yeah.
was always there, you know?
Yeah. No, I definitely see that. Does it like when you're meeting new people, does that come into play? Do you try and gravitate more towards like people that have kids, or do you just keep it to where I guess whoever
Yeah.
you connect to? Yeah.
I think now more than ever, I
Mm-hmm.
definitely click better with people who have kids because they understand the schedule that you're on.
Yeah.
Ultimately, like we're on our kid's schedule.
Yeah.
So if I just met somebody random who's like a 22, 23-year old, like, yeah, we can be friends, we could be cool, but like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many times I'm going to invite you over to my house or like
Yeah.
how much we're going
Exactly.
to like go meet up or something because
Mm-hmm.
like if I invite you to my house, like you're probably going to be the one saying like, hey, let's go to the bar after this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, nah, bro, it's 10
Yeah. Right.
o'clock. Like, I'm going to bed. You
I
get your
know.
ass out of
Yeah.
my house. Or they're like, let's go meet up after work on Friday. Like, no, dude. Like, Friday's for me, Megan, and Easton. Like,
Yeah. We got family
so
night.
I think definitely, I definitely gravitate more towards people who have kids because we're on the same wavelength
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah,
versus
no,
someone
it's
who's not.
definitely yeah, for sure. And it's funny because like I'll make friends at work, and like I said, it's all like younger people. Like I have
Yeah.
like this dude that I know, he's 28, like a couple 28-year-olds, and I try and like keep it around like my age range.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, but they're all single. They don't have kids. They don't have girlfriends and whatnot. Or okay,
Experiences.
one of them's married. Yeah, so everything's just all over the place. And
Yeah,
it's like,
it's
yeah, bro,
experiences.
we can go fishing. Like we'll all go fishing together.
Yeah.
or like, but it's like once in a blue moon. And it's like, nah, I can't really do it because y'all don't understand what it's like, you know?
Yeah.
They can't
Like they
relate to
haven't
it.
lived through life. Like nothing
Yeah.
against those people. Like I have nothing against the, you know, we have some friends who don't have kids and we're
Mm-hmm.
not talking bad about them by no
Yeah,
means,
yeah, yeah.
but you definitely haven't gone through certain things that we've had to
Mm-hmm.
go through. So it's
Yeah.
hard to relate on like where you are at in
Mm-hmm.
life, you
Yeah.
know? Like we
And
had to
it's like,
grow up right away at 21.
oh,
Like
yeah, 100%.
we had to become dads as we were
Mm-hmm.
kids trying to figure out life. I mean,
Yeah.
I had barely started my career, let
Mm-hmm.
alone I wasn't even finished with school yet
Yeah.
whenever I had my first kid. And like those are things like mortgages and insurance and all the non pretty things that come with life. Like
Mm-hmm.
you don't even know what that is, bro.
Yeah,
Like
I know. Everything hits you all at once.
life insurance, daycare bills, food
Day
bills. Like,
daycare is insane.
my gosh.
I'm lucky. Like right now, I'm lucky because we got a very good price through because obviously in the military and they go on
Yeah.
base. But I remember before the military, dude, it was like almost $1,800 just for Isabella to go, and I'm like, I couldn't
Yeah,
imagine
it's
all
anywhere
three
from
kids
like
going.
12 to $1,500.
Yeah,
That's why
it's
I mean I'm not gonna lie. That's why me and Megan have waited to have another kid
yeah,
because Easton goes into pre-K next year, and so
mm-hmm,
we won't have to pay for him at that point. And like you, we get a discount for Megan being a teacher
yeah,
through I
at the
don't want to say
district,
I don't want
yeah,
to say the district, but we get a discount because she works for the district, and that
mm-hmm,
district has a child care service.
yeah,
And so, but still, I mean, it's nine something a month. Like,
mm-hmm.
imagine
Yeah,
having two kids and
three,
both
bro.
call it $1,000 a pop. That's 2 grand for having two kids. Like,
Yeah, that is
that's more
nuts.
than my mortgage, my taxes, my property taxes, my
Yeah,
insurance. Like,
yeah.
my
Oh
full
my god,
escrow account is less than two kids going through daycare. That's wild.
I know, bro. It is insane.
I don't know how people do it. I genuinely don't know how people do it unless they just are a stay at home mom.
Yeah, because I mean, at that point, like
You
obviously it
have to.
depends on what you're making. Like you're pretty much just working for your kids to go to daycare. So what's the point?
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
point in working. Which
Yeah.
I mean, obviously other factors come into play. So I'm not gonna say don't work,
Right.
um, but yeah, just like on that level, like it just that's what it seems like.
Yep.
But man, yeah, it's a rough one.
Yeah. Childcare.
I'm not looking forward to that whenever I get out.
Uh, yeah, I guess it'll be
At least
expensive over here.
at least it'll be a little bit cheaper because I know the older they get, the cheaper it gets. Probably not a lot, but um, yeah, I don't know. We'll see because Isabella's gonna be starting school too, which
So,
I'm nervous
so
about.
you have 3 kids. Are you done? Are you having any more kids?
100% done. There's
100% done.
vasectomy is scheduled in April, bro. I'm done.
Okay, so we're in the process of physically being done.
Yeah, done.
Damn.
No more.
Damn. Well, congratulations.
Right before the appointment, like, oh fuck, another
You know
one. No, I'm just
what?
kidding.
You know what? I could totally see that from you, though.
No, don't wish that upon us.
I could totally see you wanting to have
Three.
more kids.
No.
No?
No. If one
That's
more pops
hilarious.
out, that's complete accident and impossible. I don't know how that's gonna happen.
Not impossible.
99.9% impossible.
So you're saying
Or
there's a chance.
right at point zero zero
Yeah.
one. Oh yeah, no, definitely done. No more.
Yeah.
Three's enough for the sit. Yeah, for our lifestyle, three's enough.
Yeah. We're planning on having another kid probably next year. I think we want to get
Ooh,
pregnant this year.
yeah,
So we get married in June,
yeah.
and we're thinking about um having another baby around that time.
Nice.
I guess.
Are you gonna stop at that one or
Oh yeah, two and out,
definitely
bro.
two and
Two
out?
and
Yeah.
out. That's tapping out right there.
Man, I've seen
You're,
videos of people they got like 8 kids, and I'm like,
oh,
damn. You
I don't
obviously
know.
make very good money.
Yeah, yeah. Literally, you're making at least 300, 400 grand a year,
Oh yeah, bro.
if not more.
You see them all lined up on the staircase. I'm like, God damn, it's a whole ass freaking
In the
basketball team.
Mercedes van and shit.
Yeah, the Sprinter vans.
Yeah, Sprinter van, the
I
Ford
low key want
Sprinter.
one, bro. They're
Of
they're
course you
nice,
do.
dude. Okay, it's the Chevy. Fuck, what's it called? It's not a. I can't even remember the name of the van, bro. But it's like a. I don't even know what it's called, but yeah, they
It's
make
a
this
Chevy.
van. Yeah, it's a Chevy, and they make this van, bro. It is so nice and comfortable inside, but it's like 84,000. I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna obviously spend that much money on it.
I'll spend that much on
But
a diesel truck. I don't know about a
yeah,
van.
exactly. Yeah, I want something like that, but yeah, not on a van. I will never drive a minivan. Hot take.
Yeah,
No, I'm just kidding.
I only honestly, if it was up to me, I would only have one kid.
Really?
But other factors come into play there. Whenever I think
Mm-hmm.
about like Easton being an only child,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want him to be an only
Tough, right?
child.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough.
I mean, it's tough, but like thinking about him just playing by himself for the rest of his life, I wouldn't
Yep.
want that.
Yep.
But also, like, I grew up with siblings
Yeah.
and I loved having siblings. We always had somebody to
Exactly.
play with. Like,
Yeah.
and just like, not even just playing with, but the emotional part of like having your own little family team, like the
Mm-hmm.
camaraderie, going back to like the sports that we talked about. It's,
Competitiveness. Yeah.
yeah, there's something to be said about, the brothers who just get after it and then the
Oh
sister
yeah.
in charge. I have an older sister and two
Mm-hmm.
younger brothers. And
Yeah.
so us three brothers were just always getting after it, whether it was sports, fighting, video games. Like it was just always a competition. I feel
Yeah. I
like there's
remember.
a lot to be said with people who grow up with brothers and
Mm,
sisters.
yep. I remember going over. We all be playing the show.
Yeah,
Good times.
getting
Now
mad
they're all
controllers.
graduated right from college.
Yeah,
Or
Jacob graduated from A&M with his master's degree, and
go Masters. Whoo.
yeah, he works
That is
for
awesome.
a company out in Dallas. I don't want to say
Mhm.
the name.
Yeah. Yeah. I got you.
Lane, actually, Lane is not graduated, but Lane is about to be graduated.
Nice.
He's at
Nice.
Tech. He took actually a semester off this past fall, and he just went back to Tech. So he either has this spring semester in the summer and
Mm-hmm.
he's done, or he has a spring semester in the fall and then he's done.
Okay. I got you. Well, yeah.
So
He's pretty
either
much right
way,
there.
yeah, I believe he's got two more semesters, so one whole year.
Dude,
So he's
that's
on his senior year.
crazy.
Yeah.
Man, time be flying by for sure.
I
Man,
know.
that's
Like I
crazy.
look at them like they're still my little brothers, and
Yeah, and they're all
like
grown up.
Jacob, I look up at Jacob like,
Mhm.
not bad, bro, not bad.
He's really that much taller?
Yeah, he's like 2 or 3 inches taller. Don't. I hope he don't ever watch this because he's still shorter than me.
He's gonna be talking about it.
Nah, hell no. You're still
That's
short.
funny.
You're still short.
You
Yeah,
gotta make
Jacob's
it
the
known.
tallest one. Jacob's got to be almost like 5'11", almost 6 foot. And I'm five
What are you,
nine, so
what
he's
are you
at
like
least
five
two
six?
inches. You're shorter than me. What are you talking about?
All right, by 1 inch.
I'm 5'9" and
Yeah,
a
I'm five
half
eight. Oh, okay.
and a half.
An inch and a half. I'm 5'8".
I'm gonna give myself that extra half.
Bro, take it. Just say you're 5'10".
I
What's the
can't
worst? I
because
feel
I
like
know
that's
people who are 5'10".
yeah.
I'm like
I
that
know.
much
I'm like right
shorter than
there.
them, and I'm like, "Oh, I can't say I'm 5'10" to you because you're this much taller than me. So you'll know that I'm lying, and I'll know that I'm lying. And yeah, I'm
That's
five
how I feel
nine.
about the people that are like 5'11". I'm like, bro, just say you're 6 foot. Come on.
Yeah, but then that person that's six
I know,
foot,
right? They're like, you're not fucking 6 foot.
yeah, it's funny how we can hold each other accountable just by looking at the person
Yeah,
next
you
to
just
us. Like,
know. I'm
damn, he's 5'10". Shit.
gonna go buy some shoes and like 4 inch fucking platforms. I'm like, yeah, I'm
Yeah,
5'11".
that's why I like them Nike Air Maxes now, bro. That's an extra
Add that
half inch
height.
right there.
Hell yeah.
I love that.
Oh my gosh.
Them
Do
Nike Air
you
Maxes.
take the kids and wife to church or anything on Sundays?
Yeah. So
Or
this week we
kid?
didn't because we
Hmm.
were still kind of getting over the sickness.
Hmm.
And so Easton's birthday was this past Saturday.
Yeah.
And Megan woke up super early
Hmm.
to go get donuts for him and kind of set up the
Ooh.
house so
Yeah.
that like whenever he woke up, so that was
Hmm.
Saturday morning.
Yeah.
So by the time Sunday rolled around, we still felt like Saturday night, dude. We were in bed like asleep by
Hmm.
7:40 on Saturday night,
Dang.
just from being wore out from his birthday party, and it was just
Yeah.
like our family. That's all it
Hmm.
was. It was just her parents and then my sister. My dad's out of
Hmm.
town,
Yeah.
but that's how much like being sick has worn us out. That even the little things, of just having a little birthday party, wore us out that bad. So whenever it came
Hmm.
to Sunday morning, it was just like we were beat, like we were tired. She had gotten up early that morning before, and we just kind of wanted to
Hmm.
relax. And I know that's
Yeah.
not like what you're supposed to do. I get it. Trust me. I always put God first, and I try to
Yeah.
live by that. So no. Long story short, we did not go to church this Sunday, but we typically do try.
Yeah. Yeah. I got you.
I feel like I don't know. This may be kind of a hot take, but I feel like that's part of our role as a dad. Is I
Hmm.
was just telling Megan about this. It's our job and it's our duty to kind of lead our family towards God's kingdom.
Yeah.
We're supposed to lead other people to God's kingdom and the things that
Hmm.
we say and the things that we do. But more importantly, it's definitely our family. Like
Yeah.
we got to start with our family. So I feel like as a household,
Hmm.
like that's our duty. What
Yeah.
about you?
No, I get what you're saying. We don't go to church, but I do believe in God, and
Okay.
I haven't really like tried to instill it in Isabella yet, just because obviously I already know she's not really going to understand the entire
Right.
concept.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I don't even understand it sometimes.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's like a weird type of like I love my relationship with God, but I don't really believe in religion, if that makes sense. Which I
Okay. So
try.
you don't. I know exactly what you're saying there.
Yeah, so it's
And
like
if go
I don't
ahead.
know. It's hard to like explain because it makes sense in my brain, but whenever I try and say it out loud, it's like, does it
I
really
feel
make
like
sense? You know?
I've said this for years because there for a while, me and Megan did not go to church. Like
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't because we didn't want to. It was just kind of like, and I think this is what you're trying to say,
Mm-hmm.
but the whole religion around
Mm-hmm.
God was
Yeah.
kind of like, I don't want to offend people by this, but
Mm-hmm.
it's almost like a facade. It's a
Mm-hmm.
it's a front of
Yeah.
like oh, I do this just because I go to a Christian church or I
Yeah.
go to a Baptist church, and it's like, why can't we just all believe in one thing and not have to do
Mm-hmm.
with like Baptist and
Mm-hmm.
non-denominational and
Yeah.
Catholic? Like, why can't we just all have a relationship with God and have
Mm-hmm.
our own relationship with God without you
Yeah.
telling me in your religion on how I should have that relationship?
Yeah.
And I think
Exactly.
that's what you're trying to say, right?
Yeah.
Like
100%.
the
Yeah.
whole church thing around, where you go to church, what type
Mm-hmm.
of, are you Catholic? Are you non-denominational? Are you Baptist? Like,
Yeah.
I totally get that. And that was why I kind of fell out of church there for a while because
Mm-hmm.
I always feel like, and there's nothing wrong with this, just so you know, because this is
Yeah.
the way
Yeah.
I felt for years. And I still feel this way. I just actually genuinely like the church that we go to.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That takes a lot for me
Mm-hmm.
because I'm with you. Like,
Yeah.
your relationship with Christ is your relationship with Christ.
Yeah.
It's not for anybody else to tell you how to have that relationship. You
Mm-hmm.
read the Bible, you read scripture, and you're going to learn how to have that relationship with God on your
Yeah.
own. And you're going to
Yeah.
interpret that Bible how you interpret that Bible.
Mm-hmm.
And so I get it 100% how people
Yeah.
like, and with all social media and everything going around churches and all the money that flows in and out, it's like, what is a good church
Yeah. I know
versus
it's hard
like
to find
what
with
is not a good church? Like how are
Mm-hmm.
you supposed to know? Are these people like putting up a front? How do
Yeah.
you know? Like, is this money really going to a missionary in Africa, or is it going
Mm-hmm.
to the pastor's $1.2 million house? Like,
Brand new Lamborghini he's gonna be driving around.
yeah, like I totally get it. I don't judge anybody for feeling that way because I was there too, and
Yeah.
I'm still there's times that I'm still there,
Yeah.
and that doesn't just so you know that doesn't discredit your relationship with Christ.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. Because like
And
deep down, he knows like your
yes,
your intentions. Like
yeah,
he knows if you're being true to yourself or not.
He
So
knows that you know where you're at.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that's
I
what that's yeah, that's like the you explained it perfectly. That's pretty much what I was trying to say. But yeah, that's how it is right now, like within our little family and whatnot. But I'm sure,
there's nothing wrong with that.
yeah, we all have our different
As
ideals
long
or
as
whatever.
yeah, as long as you when you're ready and you feel like the
Mhm.
girls are old enough to understand, as long as you're doing your due diligence by, you know, spreading the gospel and
Mhm.
explaining things to them, you know,
Yeah,
then you do that on your terms.
yeah. And don't
There's
get me
nothing
wrong,
wrong with that.
there's been times there was like twice that I went to church, and it was like two separate times, like big timeline in between them. Um, but every time I went, bro, like what they were speaking about, it was like just what I needed to hear, like in that specific
Mm-hmm.
time frame. And I'm like, damn, like that shit had me like there was like such a weight that just got like released off my
Oh
shoulders, and I'm
yeah.
like, yeah, I definitely needed that. Like that was really nice.
I will
And it,
say, if I can say one good thing about like the church is, uh, and it says it in the Bible, but where two
mhm,
or more are gathered, there I will be.
mhm,
Basically, I feel that way about the church. Like, there's something to be said about fellow Christians,
mhm,
or you know, whatever your religion is, fellow
mhm.
Christians, fellow Baptists, fellow Catholics, who gather
Yep.
together to kind of, I wouldn't say hold each other accountable, but help each other understand, you know, where are you at mentally? You know,
Yeah.
how are things going? What can we help you with? There's
Yeah.
something to be said about that. Does help a lot. So
Oh yeah, 100%.
I'm sure being in that situation that you were in church,
Mhm.
like that did help, being around other people who were fellowshipping and worshiping God. You know.
Yeah, because I don't remember exactly what they had said, and they were pretty much like, if you feel this certain way or whatever, you relate to the situation, like put your hand up. And
Hmm.
I'm like nervous because I didn't want to do it, right? And I'm like looking around, and or I wasn't looking around at the time, so like I did it, and I felt like this fire in my heart, bro. And I was like,
Yeah,
I'm just gonna like put my hand up, you know. I had my eyes closed, like we had our heads
it's
down,
getting
and
me
everything.
fired up right now. I
Yeah.
love that.
And I opened my eyes, bro, and I'm like, oh shit, like a lot more people like can relate to this, you know?
Yeah,
And but yeah, it was like burning like bad. And as soon as I like lifted my
it's the Holy
hand,
Spirit, bro.
bro, it just like released. And I was like, what? I was like, what just happened?
Oh, so it was
It
like
was
a
such a
negative burning.
no, it was like a burning, like it wanted me to do it, if that
Yeah,
makes sense. And then
yeah,
all like the stress and everything that I felt like in my body just got released. And I was like,
yeah,
dang, I was like, what the heck?
yeah,
But it was a really awesome like feeling and like situation to be in.
yep.
But yeah, that's why it's like obviously I'm not gonna talk down on churches and whatnot. Like I get
No,
like
I won't
obviously
either,
people go,
but
yeah,
I understand where people come from, like, and
hmm
how you feel that way. Because
yeah,
again, like I've been there, I know that feeling,
hmm
and
but yeah, no, definitely have our relationship, and like I try and talk to Isabella about it, but she's not gonna really understand until she
yeah,
experiences it for herself. So
little books are good. Like whenever you
hmm
feel ready, little books
yeah,
are good, and just
yeah, I
getting
might
her
try that
to
then.
know who Jesus is,
Yeah,
like that. I feel like that's baseline
hmm
101. Like getting her to understand and know who Jesus is.
yeah,
He's God's son. He died for our sins. He's all
hmm
around us. He helps us
and
through
I'm
hard
like,
times. He helps us through good times. Like,
yeah, and I tell her
just
all the
if you
time, like,
can elementary it up, you know?
yeah, yeah, for sure, yeah, on their level. But yeah, there's
Yeah,
so many times where we look back and I'm like, dang, there's like no way we could have just done this by ourselves, you know?
100%.
Like we got blessed so much, and I'm just like, when you're able to like see it and realize what happened, that's what really gets you too, and you're like,
Yeah,
whoa, like what the heck? Like how did we
yeah,
make it out of that situation? But I mean, that's what happened. We just pray about it and
yeah.
do our thing. Cause like,
I pray over stuff like that all the time. Like our finances,
hmm
like, yes, combined, me and Megan make really good money for our
yeah,
age, and we're super blessed to be able to do that. But that doesn't take away the fact that, like, there is really tough months still.
hmm
And no matter what, like, we never go without, and we always have enough, and we always make
hmm
it to the next month, and then we catch back up and we're great, you know,
everything works out. Yeah,
and everything works out. And it's like, that money didn't appear from magic, like I
Yeah.
got a check in that I was expecting, 2, 3 weeks ago, and it was
Hmm.
just like enough, or bonus pool came around and it's like right before Christmas, like just
Hmm.
enough, came
Yeah.
right in the mail at the exact time. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't believe in coincidences. So
Hmm.
I know
Yeah.
exactly what you're saying.
Everything happens for a reason, and that
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
it's there was a situation, or it's not even like a situation, it just happens all the time. But like if like I'm in a spot where I'm like, I don't know how I can do this, like I'll be
Yeah.
praying about it, like asking God, like please just like guide me in the right direction,
Hmm.
and it's like I don't specifically ask for like it to be better. I get okay, I do ask for it to be better, but
Yeah.
um I
There's nothing
know like
wrong with saying
yeah,
that.
yeah, for sure. And in my head, and I feel like this is how it works, but like I feel like God will only do so much to a certain point, and it's up to you for the rest of it, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. But like, He
Hmm.
gives you the strength and the power to
It gives you the
do it.
tools.
Yeah, He gives you all the tools you need to do it,
Yep.
and all it takes is for you to actually do it if you really want it.
Take
So
that
He's
step.
providing
And
everything for you. Yeah, you
yeah.
just gotta put in the work.
Yeah. I mean, they say it all the time in church. God's not going to make you do anything or keep
Yeah.
you from doing anything. He gives
Hmm.
us a choice.
Yeah.
Like, that's why there is sin, because we
Hmm.
still have a choice. It's
Yeah.
what you do with what he gives you.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, that could be a whole other conversation
Yeah.
for another
Yeah,
day.
that could
We
be.
could
We could get
definitely
into that for a
definitely
while.
dive into that. Yeah, because there's so many situations that we've been through. So yeah, definitely talking from experience, that would be
Well,
a good conversation to have.
anytime you want to talk about that, bro,
Yeah,
please hit
100%.
me up.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
I'd love to talk to you more about that,
yeah,
offline or whatever.
it's nice to share. I don't really talk. I mean, I talked about it with Josie, but that's pretty
Yeah.
much it.
Well,
And
that's
then my
good.
mom.
Yeah.
I'm like, Mom, you won't believe what just happened.
Yeah.
But now it gets like that. But before we end this, I do have some hot takes, that
All right.
I want to
Let's.
see. I want to get
Bring it
your
on.
opinions. These are things that I've seen on the internet recently. Kind of
Okay.
what sparked. Okay, I don't want to say that's what sparked this whole topic for this week, but
Hour one. Hot takes.
yeah. So, all right, bro. It's so funny because I feel like we
Well,
think
let
the
me.
same thing on these, but I just want to see what you think. Okay, so
All
number
right.
one. All right,
All
I
right.
saw this fucking argument on what was it? I think it was Facebook. But so you make dinner, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Your fiance makes dinner. Megan
Mm-hmm.
makes dinner, and everyone gets to sit down and eat. Who gets served? Who deserves to get served first out of every
Okay.
kids, wife, husband? Who
Who
gets to get food first?
who deserves to get their plate made
Maybe
first?
I wouldn't say deserves actually. Who gets served? There you go.
Okay.
Just make it simple.
Well, for me, it depends.
Mm-hmm.
Megan definitely comes before Easton.
Okay.
Now, does that always happen that way? No. And I
Mm-hmm.
will say this because Easton, like Megan, can eat like
Mm-hmm.
temperature hot food.
Yeah.
Easton can't. So
Yeah.
I will, like tonight, I made Easton's bowl first
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
because it is hot and I want his off the stove and uh, like set aside to where it can cool off.
Yeah.
But as far as like serving, yeah, I mean, it's getting put at the table at the same time. I mean, I walked up with
Same
Easton's
time.
bowl and Megan's and dropped
Yeah.
it right there.
Okay.
Now, at like her parents or like
Yeah.
say we're at a restaurant or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, like
Yeah.
yeah, no, I'm making Megan's plate first. You
Megan's play first before
sit down
Easton's.
over there. Sit down over there. Keep playing your little games. Yeah, I'm making Megan's plate. Like Megan's parents do a barbecue every Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
or basically every Sunday. And
Yeah.
yeah, I make Megan's plate. The very first thing I ask whenever her dad's like, "Food's ready," like, "Hey babe, what do you want? Do you
Yeah.
want ribs? Do you want fajitas? Do you want rice? What do you want?" And I make
Mm-hmm.
her a plate first.
Okay. All right.
What about you?
Definitely kids first.
Is
100%.
it?
Yeah. Always. And it'll always be that way. Unless Josie, like when she was pregnant, I would obviously feed her first. But um, because like that was my main priority at the time. I was like, I want to make sure you're good first, and then obviously kids are gonna be fine, bro. Like, it's not nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But Yeah, when it comes to dinner, kids definitely get their food first.
Is that just out of habit, or is there like a logic to that?
I guess you could say a little bit of both, because the
Okay.
I guess the logic behind it is the kids. Well, see, but then that goes into the next question. But um, so here I'll end it at this. And when it comes to like the food and whatnot, like the people that are eating first, it's definitely going to be the girls and Desmond. So all the kids first, and then we'll eat.
Okay.
So yeah. So all right, now that we got that settled, this is
All
this
right. Give me hot take number two, because
this
it
okay.
sounds like we might disagree on this one. You're just
This
talking
one
all
was
episode
huge.
about how we agree on everything, and I think this one might we might disagree on this one
All
because I
right, let's
looked at the
see.
cut sheet. So go ahead and read it off
Yeah,
to
you know
the
which one's coming
audience.
up. All right, so the next question or hot take is: Does your does your wife come before your mom?
Hell, yes. There's
Okay.
nothing that comes before your spouse but God.
Yep.
It says it in the Bible,
Hmm.
and it says it numerous times. When
Yeah.
you talk to anybody who's had long 50, 60-year marriages,
Hmm.
your spouse comes before your mom, her parents, your
Yeah.
dad, comes
Yep.
before your kids.
Hmm.
Your spouse should come before everybody but God, because you're a
All right.
partnership. When you
Yeah. Yeah.
get
For sure.
married, it's
Yeah.
one person.
Hmm. Yeah.
So that person, I was just reading a video, watching a video today, and it was talking about getting kids out of the bed for
Hmm.
two reasons:
Yep.
for the intimacy, not to
Hmm.
get into all that. We can
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
leave it
Yeah. I
at
got you.
that.
Yeah.
But also you're letting the kid know that that kid is equal to mom.
Hmm.
Kid is not equal to mom. Mom comes first. So
Okay.
Easton,
Okay.
when you watch this, mommy comes before you. And I truly believe that's how it should be.
Gotcha.
I did grow up in a house where I witnessed that and I watched that work and I saw
Hmm.
that that's kind of the way it should be.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
especially whenever you go back to scripture and you see
Yeah.
it's said numerous times that your spouse comes before anybody.
Hmm.
So,
Yep. All right. So this one we do agree on
oh,
the same
okay.
thing. So
Okay.
yeah,
I
I
didn't know
love
where
my
you were
mom.
going. The way you ended that last about the like, you're like, nah, I feed my kids first. I'm like, damn, I'm a shitty dad over here. Like, I fucked up by saying
Oh,
that
it's funny.
I'm gonna feed Megan first. Mama
Tomorrow
gotta eat.
you can be like, here, Easton, eat first. No.
I know. Uncle Daniel said to feed you first, little shit.
Oh man, yeah, no, I definitely believe that your wife does come before your mom, and like I love I love my mom and everything. Like I'll do
Yeah.
anything for her. Obviously, Um, but yeah, no, that's just I feel like that's just normal.
Is
Just like you
it?
said, you yeah, I feel like it is, but
Okay.
dude, I saw so many people. They're like, hell no, my mom comes before my wife, blah blah blah, and I'm like, how could you do that?
No, dude. See,
it
this
didn't
goes
make
back
sense in
to
my brain.
this goes back to things that I've also read and seen that like what you have inside your four walls is your family. That's
Yep,
your family. Your family
yep,
comes before other families outside of your four walls. As much
yep.
as you love your family and you love your cousins and you love your sister and you love your dad and you love your mom and
Mm-hmm.
your uncles, that's to an extent that's not your family anymore. Like your
Yeah.
parents raised you, they grew you up to adult. They did their job. Now it's time for
Mm-hmm.
you to start your family. And with you
Yeah.
starting your family, the only thing that matters is those four walls.
Yep.
And I'll go back to what I was saying about, when you kind of uh held me accountable
Mm-hmm.
a
Yeah.
couple months ago. And
Yep.
we had that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And like it's very true. And what you said
Yep.
back then versus what I'm saying now is like it's your four walls.
Mm-hmm.
What happens within your house and
Yeah.
your direct family.
100%. Yep. No, I do agree with that. And yeah, no, they were because I'm like, imagine a situation to where it's like your mom, like somebody, or yeah, just say your mom, just in general. It's like your mom and your wife are like having a conflict, or like just button heads or whatnot. And it's like when you have an established relationship with your wife, like you've done all this, you've been through so much life together. and you
Yeah.
like choose your mom's side, like I feel
Mm,
like that's extremely disrespectful to your wife. Like,
it is.
and it's like it didn't make sense to me in my brain whenever I was
Yeah.
reading those. But yeah, I guess everybody has their own
I
views and
know.
whatnot.
Reading
But
comments of people that are like so forcefully about like my mom and my mom, and I'm like, bro,
yeah, and
we
I'm
all
like,
love our moms. There's nothing that we're
exactly, yeah.
saying bad about our moms. Like our moms raised us. We were their
Hmm.
little boys, But
Yeah,
yeah, when it comes to hey,
and it's not like
if
you're.
my wife's mad at you, I'm mad at you, mama.
Yeah, I'm mad at you
What
too.
did I do? I don't know, but she's mad at you.
You're gonna
So
have to ask her. Yeah.
yeah, and don't you dare get me in the middle of that. Do not get me involved in that. I will have my wife's side if it came down to it, but I am
Mhm.
not about to get wrapped up in no petty ass drama.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
I'm
I
out on
stick to
that.
the nonchalant side. I'm like, what's going on? I don't know. I'm gonna go work on my car.
Yeah.
All right, number 3.
Uh-oh.
Which you already answered this earlier, but this is a pretty good one. Do your kids come before your significant other?
Yeah. 100%. Like I
So
just said.
before your wife and everything, your kids are more important. Or
Oh,
yeah.
oh,
Oh, I got him, ladies and gentlemen. We got him.
no.
I'll re
Cut.
I'll
Cut.
re-ask the question.
Yeah, re-ask the question.
All right, number 3. Do your kids come before your wife?
No. My wife comes
Oh,
first. Well,
no.
fiance
Okay.
wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, now.
You're a partnership.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe parents who put their kids on some ivory tower and put them ahead of themselves.
Yeah.
Happy wife, happy life. As dumb as that saying is, like,
It's true.
nah, you got to keep mama happy and you got to do the right things and you got to give 100% in that relationship. And
Okay.
you don't put the kids on the back burner, but if that house is not happy, your kid's not going to be
Mhm.
happy. You set the
Yeah, no, I got you.
boundaries and you set the guidelines by having a happy marriage and a happy house
Yeah.
before you can have a happy kid.
Yeah. And
So
I feel
your
like a lot
kid
of these
is
questions they get pushed to extreme points, which
yes,
it's
yeah, because
never
you're gonna have
really that
some people
bad.
in the
Yeah.
comments who are just like pulling stuff out of their ass and
Yeah.
making certain scenarios where it's like, okay, bro, we're just saying in general.
Yeah, because like at the end of the day, like you care about everybody, like but
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's not that I'm putting my kids on the back burner, but
mhm.
yeah, I mean, your house is only as happy as your relationship. So if your kid sees an unhealthy relationship,
Yeah,
that kid is not going to know how to have a healthy relationship.
yeah,
If your kid sees a healthy relationship and a happy relationship, he knows now or she knows now what it takes to make a happy, healthy relationship.
yeah, yeah. No, I can
So
definitely
I
see that.
think you set those boundaries and you set those guidelines for your kids. You're
Yeah,
teaching your kid how to be in a relationship.
yeah.
So, what about you?
Well,
Oh.
I do think that obviously our kids come, or okay, my kids definitely come before Josie, which we're on even grounds with that. We've talked about that before.
Okay.
It's more of like a now, like we've had like us our time together, which
Yeah.
I mean, we don't let that go. Like we still make sure our relationship's good.
Yeah.
But now that we have kids and we have other things to worry about, they
Yeah.
are like, okay, we got to make sure that they're good and that we raise them right. Like they're our main focus pretty much.
Okay.
So when it comes to anything, like that's the first thing I think of. It's where it's like, okay, is this going to be a good situation for the girls, for Desmond? Like
Yeah.
that pretty, yeah, you know how it is.
Yeah. You're
And
saying like in certain situations in life, like
mhm,
if we decide to move to, you talked about it in the last episode, if we decide to move to Fort Worth or Austin, like
mhm,
which one's going to give our kid the better? Well, yeah, I
yeah,
see what you're saying in that point.
yeah,
Like, yeah, I'm putting the needs and the wants of my kid first
mhm,
over like, oh, Megan wanted to be in Austin. Well, like
mhm,
that's a terrible upbringing for our kids. Like,
mhm,
I
yeah,
get what you're saying in that
yeah,
aspect. And again,
yeah.
we
So
just had this
that's why,
conversation,
yeah,
like
yeah,
extremist versus non-extreme. Like,
yeah. But like overall, I think that our kids should be above each other.
okay,
But yeah, like it's a tough question because
it
obviously
is.
you're gonna balance both sides. You're not gonna be like,
Yeah, you
all right,
are.
I'm not gonna give a fuck about you. I'm just gonna worry about my kids. It's not
Yeah,
like that. But when it
yeah,
comes to like situation. I guess it's just situation dependent, obviously. But yeah, I'm gonna take priority over my kid first before I take priority over you. That
Yeah,
actually sounds pretty.
I get
That
that.
doesn't sound bad, but yeah,
I
you
know
know,
what you're saying.
yeah, that's good.
Ain't no
And
judge coming from over here. I
it's
get
funny
it.
because I've seen like this is a huge thing too. Like I know like if me and Josie like got divorced or whatever, like we were separated and like we got like new people like within our lives. I've seen this before like firsthand. Like the parents would put that I guess their boyfriend or like whoever they meet, their significant other, they would put them before their kids. And I've seen that so many times and I'm like
Oh, like the step parents coming before the kids.
yeah, and I'm like
Oh, I see what you're saying.
because like if I went to go meet somebody else and they tried to say that my kids had to go or some shit like that, I'd be like, "There's the fucking door. Like you are not
Yeah.
gonna come in here and
In
tell
that
me that."
situation,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
100%. But I think you, I mean, I don't ever like talking about divorce or nothing, but like
yeah,
if
yeah,
we're
yeah.
playing the scenario out, right?
Yeah.
Like I would never be with somebody who didn't understand
Mhm.
that I, one, will always have a relationship with my baby mama, the mother
Yeah,
of my child,
yeah,
and two, like my kids' needs and wants are going to come above yours at that point
mhm.
because you're stepping into the life of a step
Yeah,
parent. Does
yeah,
that make sense?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I guess the situation is different at that point because I do put my kids first if there was
In
a
that situation.
step
Yeah,
parent involved. Yeah.
yeah, but yeah.
So
So that was a big topic too. Yeah, I heard a lot of people arguing about
screw
that
this
one.
podcast. I'm never doing it again. Just
All
dumbass
right,
hot
guys.
take. No,
No, it's good though. I like this. This is
yeah.
interesting points. It's fun. But
Well,
no,
maybe that's something we can do. We can find little hot topics to put at the end of every episode. So for the
yeah,
people following
and
along,
yep, for whoever's listening, if you have any crazy hot take, and I mean crazy, that'll get
yeah,
some conversation started.
send them our way.
Um, yeah, definitely send them. We'll put a little email out there. You can send the request to, so get everything
Yeah,
organized.
we got some feedback from some people about audio and video and stuff like that. So we really
Hmm.
appreciate that. And as always, if y'all have um, any takes or any advice for this, please send them our way because we're learning just as much as anybody else. So
Yep,
feel free
and
to send them our way.
yep, and we'll be posting weekly, so stay tuned for that. And for
Yep.
those of you that are on YouTube, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. I've always
Like
wanted to
and
say that, by the
subscribe.
way.
You
Hit that
felt
little
good? Did
bell.
it feel
Yeah,
good?
yeah. Now I know what
You
it
feel
feels
like a
like.
big man?
Oh
We
man.
gotta post some reels. We'll post some reels. Are you gonna post reels?
Oh yeah, we'll get the reels
Daniel's our
made.
producer.
Yeah, I try and do a
He's got
lot.
all the marketing stuff and he knows how to handle that stuff better than I do. I just made the
I'll
accounts
teach you
and
along the way. I just made the
yeah,
account. I set up to 12 o'clock in the morning.
yeah. But we'll be posting reels and the YouTube shorts too. I think we're gonna
Yeah,
get some YouTube shorts going, so be on the
yeah. I was
lookout for
gonna.
those.
Yeah, and stay tuned. And I guess we'll see y'all next week. It's gonna be
Yes,
fun.
sir. Always great,
Alrighty,
man.
peace out.